is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Welcome in Atlanta United 2 Soccer on the SDH network remotely this evening as the Twos are on the road in Huntsville, Alabama to face Huntsville City. It's been a trifecta of matches against Nashville-related teams, a 1-1 draw in MLS action this afternoon, a scoreless draw in the Unified Team match that concluded about an hour and a half ago. And now MLS Next Pro action from Huntsville City, Nashville's affiliate against Atlanta United 2. I am Jason Longshore. This is going to be a cornucopia of chaos tonight on the SDH network. I am alongside Madison Crews. What's up?
Hey, how are we doing?
I mean, we only called a game a few hours ago.
I know,
we're doing it again.
I'm feeling it.
It's been a long day. Jon Nelson is running around. We are in Office HD. We just kind of took over Jon's office tonight for this match because we couldn't make it to Huntsville. It's the first time that we have not been able to get over to Huntsville for the Twos and Huntsville City. It's typically been also a cornucopia of chaos in games in Huntsville. That could be the case tonight between Huntsville and Atlanta United 2. Maddie, it's an Atlanta United 2 team that has been pretty good as of late. They've been able to get results. They haven't been able to get wins, though. And we'll see how this group tonight, which is a slightly different, maybe mixed bag of first team, second team, guys moving around in some different pieces, but a different group tonight for Atlanta United 2.
Yeah, you got Dominic Chongqui, who's back as left back for the Twos. Efrain Morales is also there, and then Cayman Togashi is also starting up top for the Twos. We've seen him a couple of times play with them as well to get the reps and get the minutes as well. Also, Jaden Hibbert in goal. I think it's going to be a good lineup going up against Huntsville, who have been pretty solid this year as well.
Huntsville has been pretty solid this year. Jaden Hibbert is in goal for Atlanta. Cayman Togashi is up top. Gabriel Wise is on the right wing as we get through this. Moises Tablante on the left. The three-man midfield, and I think it might be more of a 5-3-2, 3-5-2 for Atlanta as opposed to Armas, Wynn, and Sanchez in the midfield as the lineup graphic showed. We'll see how it plays out. I think we saw the five-man group /3 in the last time out against Cincinnati, and Steve Cook liked how it looked, and we might get another element of that tonight.
Yeah, and also, too, just watching it on MLS Season Pass, the camera quality is brilliant. Wow. It came on, and I was like, oof, it's all crisp and nice.
It's very nice. It looks
nice.
Let's kick it for 45 minutes out of Huntsville. Jaden Hibbert gets it from Togashi off of the kickoff. Atlanta in the black and red, moving from left to right on your radio dials, and Huntsville is in the all white with blue trim, moving from right to left. We will do our best to get the Huntsville players nailed down. One that we know very well is Alan Carlton. He swings it over to the left side. Kofi, couple of step overs, cuts in, cross to the back post, diving header away by Sal Masafero for Atlanta. Nick Sessick with an overhead volley. Atlanta trying to clear their lines, unable to do so yet. Kofi back on the left for Huntsville. Goes down, gets a throw, not a foul. Thrown in quickly. Huntsville will loop it back around, keep a little bit of possession. Christophe Didier Berra, the head coach for Huntsville City, wants his team to have a little bit more of the possession than we had seen in previous iterations of Huntsville City. Kind of the whole organization is shifting things around a little bit with Nashville/Huntsville. Long ball played, headed down by Atlanta. Sessick will settle it. Cleared back to midfield. Togashi doesn't get to it. It's knocked away from him by Barrett. Kofi driving, drawing the double team, slips it inside. The 1-2's a good one. Kofi to the end line. Can't turn the corner on Nick Sessick, but he will get the corner kick out of it.
That's good defending from Nick Sessick. I mean, just to step right in front of it, knock it out of play. I'm interested, too, to see how Huntsville adjust to the new style of play too. Because, with second teams, it's always, you are building from the academy to second to the first team with the style and how you want it to be. But also, too, Huntsville is their own club, their own independent entity as well. So it's interesting to see how the adjustment is and, how they keep things both.
In swinging corner, caught by Jaden Hibbert. It's one area of Hibbert's game that has to continue to improve. Dealing with set pieces, dealing with crosses, does a good job there. Thrown to the right to Nick Sessick. Looking for opportunities forward. Sessick will float it into the center circle. Cooper Sanchez flicks it on. Moises Tablante on the left. The overlapping run of Dominic Chongqui. He receives it back to Cooper Sanchez. Thought about the ball inside to Javier Armas. It wasn't on. It's Efrain Morales on it now. Ronan Wynn to the right. Looks like 3 center backs for Atlanta. Up the right side to Sessick. Back to Gabriel Wise. Forward to Cayman Togashi. He turns to the right. Gets into the attacking third down the right. Bodied off of it. No foul called as Barrett kind of rode Togashi off of the ball. Huntsville trying to build up out of the back. They will reset things with Knight. Passes forward to Casas. Pep Casas drops it back. Carmichael with the big switch. Sessick comes flying in front of Kofi to head it away. Throw in Huntsville.
You put him back in their defensive half. Nis Sessick just flying.
Sessick leaping through the air, flying in front of Kofi has been the danger man in the early going for Huntsville. 4th minute, no score between Huntsville City and Atlanta United. 2 MLS Next Pro action on the SDH network. Madison Crews, Jon Nelson. I'm Jason Longshore. It's going to be a little bit different kind of radio in air quotes call tonight. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I am feeling the after effects of playing in the media match. Yesterday, I'm sore. I'm tired. We had first team game. Tired after that. Very tired after Unified. And now still very tired watching the twos as well.
You got to get through it.
Got to get through it.
Blake Bowen on the ball or Ethan O'Brien on the ball for Huntsville. He drops it back to Barrett. Played through to Casas. Good ball down the right side. Trying to get around the corner there. Going to get a corner kick. Damian Barker John. The Grenadian down the right side. He gets the corner. And we'll see what Huntsville City can do with this one in the 5th minute from the far side.
Still sad we couldn't have been in Huntsville to call this one. I always like when we get to go up there and call the matches there in Alabama. It's always a ton of fun.
It's been successful every time we've made that trip. Not making it here. Hopefully Atlanta United 2 can keep the success going against Huntsville City. Both hands in the air for the corner from the far side. Curled back to Kofi at the top of the 18 on the left. Cuts it on the right foot. Gets around Cooper Sanchez. The shot diving save from Jaden Hibbert. That one was trying to nestle into the upper corner. Jaden Hibbert says, no, sir.
Oh, what a save from Jaden Hibbert. Just, it's the way that he tracks it totally. Watches it float and just, oh my gosh. It's the 2 hands, just pushes it over the bar, pushes it away from the goal. And it's a corner, but that's one thing about Jaden Hibbert's goalkeeping that I've always loved is just his shot-stopping ability and what he can do.
Yeah, I think shot-stopping, no problems with Jaden Hibbert. It's the rest of the game that has to continue to improve. Morales gets his head to the corner, cleared to the far side. And that's going to be a throw for Atlanta, either a throw or a free kick, depending on which one you like. I think it's going to be a throw as the pass was deflected.
I still think we could have made the trip down to Huntsville. We had time.
We barely got here. Come on. It wasn't going to happen.
We could have.
It's going to be, I think we're still trying to decide what we're going to get with the restart here. It's going to be a free kick. Looked like on that far side for Atlanta, there was Chongqui getting waylaid. So Hibbert will take the free kick from the defensive third. He'll send it long.
Oh, Jon Nelson's here.
Jon Nelson has made an appearance. I think I have him muted. We'll get him on the mic here at some point. Pep Casas drops it back. Carmichael over to the right. Bowen long. Hibbert, top of his 18. He'll gather that one in with the breadbasket. Rolls it short to Ronan Wynn. He's going to flip the field on the dribble. Has Sessick out wide to the right. Tells Wiese to make the run. Gives it to him. Gabriel Wiese down the right side. Change of pace into the 18. Wiese cutting across. Can't get the shot off. Javier Armas can over the bar. Goal kick, Huntsville.
Man, Gabriel Wiese has been incredible in the last couple of games for the Twos. He's been just unstoppable. Just it's almost similar to his first goal that he scored, with Sessick giving him the one-touch ball where he just kind of comes inside as well. He drives it into the box and he tries the opportunity, gets deflected, and then it bounces right to Javier Armas. And we know Javier Armas can shoot from outside at pretty much anywhere and find it. So I'm not upset with the shot.
Change of pace from Wiese as he turned that corner and found another gear was impressive. Goal kick played long. Efrain Morales climbs the ladder to win the header. Kofi's pass is behind Carlton. Morales will step up to take it. Cooper Sanchez drops it back to Big Sal. Salvatore Masafero. Morales in the middle of the three center backs. Masafero to the left. Ronan Wynn to the right. Chongqui inside to Cooper Sanchez. Over to Ronan Wynn. Good build up here from Atlanta. Sessick into the attacking half down the right. Nick Sessick, who spent a lot of preseason training with the first team, played it inside of Morales. Alan Carlton picks his pocket. Long down the left side for Kofi. Big challenge from Ronan Wynn. Gets there first, but the foul was called before that. Free kick, Huntsville.
Carlton just gets brought down with that one.
Efrain Morales wasn't going to let Carlton make the unimpeded run. Free kick taken quickly. It's Kofi out wide on the left. Inside to O'Brien. O'Brien to the right. Carmichael all the way over to the right side. Trying to find something out of this. Barker Jones. Atlanta able to clear with Armas. Huntsville still in possession. Barrett. He'll have to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Lauta. Over to the left. Zach Barrett. Back to Kevin Carmichael. Huntsville City, slow, methodical in the build-up in the 9th minute, crossing into the 10th. Played to midfield. Kofi. Out wide to the left side to Jordan Knight. He flips the field on the dribble before his pocket is picked. Ronan Wynn then gets tripped up in transition. Sometimes transition fouls get yellow cards. Sometimes they don't. This is one of those times where it does not. Gunnar Studenhoft commits that foul. Gunnar is a very large forward for Huntsville City. It's a good thing Efrain Morales is battling him tonight.
Listen, Efra has it handled. I mean, he's dealt with a lot. I think, you think back to his time with the Bolivian national team, just, being rock solid in the back line for them.
Atlanta playing long, looking for Cayman Togashi. Cleared away by Carmichael. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 on the far side. A few steps down from Steve Cook and the Atlanta United bench. Cooper Sanchez with the throw down the line. Dominic Chongqui. I think it came off of his hand unexpectedly. Free kick for Huntsville. Daniel Graham asks if Efrain Morales even needs a ladder. No, he might need one against Gunnar Studenhoft, though, because he's a large fella. Huntsville on the left. Played into the middle by Casas. He picks out Carlton. Drives through the attacking half of the center circle. Up the right. Barker John. Crossed in. Unable to put that shot home. Studenhoft. It was a good build-up from Huntsville. That's going to be an Atlanta throw on the near side as Barker John got around Chongqui. Studenhoft might have got a touch, might not. But it's going to be a throw deep in the corner for Atlanta United 2 on the near side.
I got the Wi-Fi, everyone, so we're set. We're ready to go.
It's very important to have the Wi-Fi. We're all making this up as we go this evening. O'Brien trying to make something up there. Couldn't. Drops it back to Barrett. Casas. O'Brien again. Cuts it back to Carlton. The spin. Spins back the other way. Alan Carlton settling into his new home in Huntsville. His pass intercepted by Wiese. It comes back to Carlton. Up the left side. Knight to Kofi inside the 18. Sesek slams the door shut, knocks it out. Corner kick, Huntsville City.
Huntsville's also been coming off of a really good stretch of games. April 20th, they had a 5-0 win against Chicago Fire 2. Then a 4-0 win over Inter Miami 2 on April 27th. So, and Inter Miami, very difficult side as well, especially with the twos. So they're coming off of a really, really good high.
Alan Carlton with an in-swinging corner from the near side in the 13th minute. I think we're having a little bit of a conversation first before we get that. Some pushing, some shoving at the near post. Referee says, no, cut that out. We don't do that around here. And Alan Carlton will take the corner now that we have a whistle. Carlton drops it back. O'Brien, one more time to the right. Floated in by Kofi. Studenoff headed it forward. Atlanta's able to scramble it out of the 6. And cleared away by Wiese to O'Brien. Cooper Sanchez jumps, doesn't get to it. O'Brien doesn't like what he sees and will drop it back to Lauta.
It's good defending from Atlanta United in that set piece. It's a little chaotic in that moment. You know, the header goes up in the air, then it's another one. Salem Mazzaferro comes, bulldozing in to get that one out too, and then Wiese just clears it, knocks it out. It's panic defending, but it's good defending. It's good, almost organized panic defending, which is sometimes what you need.
You got to do what you got to do. Bowen sends it back inside. Barrett to Carmichael. Back to Barrett on the left. One more time to the left to Jordan Knight.
I've decided I'm going to be resident, keep up with everything going on in MLS. Scores going on right now. Philadelphia is leading Montreal at Montreal 1-0. Columbus is beating Charlotte 1-0 right now. DC United and Colorado are tied 0-0. And then Inter Miami has gone up 2-0 against the New York Red Bulls after they got a goal early in the 9th minute.
An angry Inter Miami after getting knocked out of the Conca Champions.
Very, very mad. Very mad. But Yannick Bright already has an early yellow card as well in the 14th as well.
That also sounds about right. O'Brien in the center circle. Back to Carmichael. Over to Bowen. Up the line to Barker John. He gets past Chong Kui. Couldn't get past Cooper Sanchez without drawing what could have been a foul. It's going to be a throw instead. I thought that was going to get called as a free kick. Chong Kui's got a tough matchup with Damian Barker John.
Also, by the way, Philadelphia, that goal in Philadelphia that they scored, 2nd minute.
Quick start for Philadelphia.
Quick start.
Carlton drops it back. Casas will try to lay it off to O'Brien. Foul is called. Free kick, Huntsville. Carlton takes it quickly. The ref wasn't paying attention. Ref says, hey, you got to wait for me.
I'm interested. I know that you and John had the chance to catch up with head coach Steve Cook before this matchup, but I know from last season he talked very highly about Alan Carlton and what he brings to the team, especially going up against him now with Huntsville. What was that conversation like with him?
I actually did not get to join.
You did not. Normally you and John are, so I'll ask John when he joins.
Yes.
Or actually he's going to join now.
John is going to join now.
Hold on.
Let's unmute John.
15th minute, by the way. Since Maddie's taking care of everything MLS, I'll take care of everything else MLS Next Pro. Whitecaps 2 at BC Place, actually. They got the win 3-1 in PKs, getting the extra point against Real Monarchs. Chattanooga and Philadelphia Union 2 had a bit of a late start at Fort Finley because of something called weather. But the conversation, we talked about Alan a little bit with head coach Steve Cook, and Steve had nothing but superlatives to say about Alan when it came to his game. And it was somewhat intrigued to see where his game is now that he's wearing a new uniform as well.
Heavy pass from Jordan Knight. It's going to be a deep throw for Atlanta.
And by the way, the pizza has been ordered.
Yes, that's going to be a must.
So pizza has been ordered. The guardian of the house has been somewhat placated. He has had chase, and he has been tired out. And so we'll see what happens as he continues to guard from the second floor.
Anything could happen. It's one of those evenings.
You ain't kidding, brother.
Barrett. Togashi's going to chase, but Carmichael blocks off his pathway. Sessick will head it forward. Huntsville will try to make something happen here. Kofi turns. Win. It's blocked up into the air. Cooper Sanchez brings it down nicely. We say. Couple of deflections. Last one off of Knight. Sessick will throw it in. Hibbert. Over to Masafero. 18th minute, no score. Atlanta and Huntsville City. Ronan win. Portland Thorns leading in NWSL. We're going to keep all the updates going on. Free kick, Atlanta United 2.
I love it. Just all the updates everywhere.
Everything happening all at once. Ronan win with a free kick 10 yards inside his own half. Back to Efrain Morales. Over to Masafero, looking for options forward. Finds one in Chong Kui. Got Tablante there as well. Neither one could completely get that under control. Cooper Sanchez tries to join that and make it a trio. That doesn't work. The deflection, Huntsville City will get a throw right in front of Atlanta's bench. Carmichael to Barrett. Back to Carmichael. Huntsville, slow in the buildup. Blake Bowen. Carmichael, Barrett, Knight. Inside to Kofi, nowhere to go there.
A Dr. Pepper.
You were delivered a Dr. Pepper, yes.
This is great service, guys. This is awesome.
What happens at Office HD sometimes when we crash. Yeah. I don't think we're getting as much of the bad storm in our neck of the woods.
I know.
So fingers crossed for the delivery driver.
Yeah,
yes.
I know up in Marietta it's pouring. I know from my friends up there. I know that it is pouring down rain.
In the Decatur area, I'm not sure if we're getting as much of that. It's a little hard to tell at the moment, at least in our location. Hibbert over to Ronan Wynn. Game 3 of the day for us. And calling it in some form or fashion.
Yeah, no kidding.
Chong Kui up the left side. To Blante, he's cut off. Bowen steps in front of him. Togashi's going to chase this one all the way back to Lauta. Pass short to Jordan Knight. We say joins the chase. Plays it up to Kofi. Sessick joins the chase. Atlanta trying to pin Huntsville in. They commit a foul. Huntsville gets bailed out there. They were scrambling. Lauta on the ball, the goalkeeper for Huntsville, around his penalty spot, over to Carmichael. 20th minute, no score. Floated up the left side. Jordan Knight, he's into the attacking half. He's getting past Sessick. Jordan Knight into the 18. Jordan Knight, goal. Huntsville City, the left back. Jordan Knight takes care of business himself. Picked that up inside his own half and drove past Nick Sessick all the way into the 18. Ronan Wynn had stepped up to pinch in that sequence. Morales had to stay central because of Studenoff, and Jordan Knight took advantage of all the space, beat Hibbert 1-0 Huntsville.
They've been banging on the door, I think, since the very beginning, especially just with everything. It to me, especially in a match like this, I feel like we've seen it with every single Huntsville game that we do. It starts out in one way, and then it goes completely another way, and then it can go back the other way that you thought it was going to go, and then it just continues. And then someone else joins the club, and you're like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? And I don't know. I'm expecting chaos for this one.
Oh, I hope we get some chaos because Atlanta trails 1-0 at this stage. They're going to need some chaos.
Yeah, I think we got to keep up with the track record of we got a 1-1 draw against Nashville for the first team, a 0-0 draw for Unified.
I don't want to keep up with that track record.
I think we should do a 4-4 draw this one.
No, you want a 4-3 win. Cooper Sanchez turns in the middle third.
6-5 win for
That's
Atlanta.
Fine. Any win is fine. I'd like a win today. That would be great.
A win would be awesome.
O'Brien de Casas back to Barrett and over to Carmichael. Atlanta stepping up to press. Blue smoke filling the skies of Huntsville.
You took what I was going to say. That's mean.
It happens.
It's rude.
Jon Kui up the line to Tablante. Back to Dominic, but over the touchline. First throw, Huntsville.
First, Jason steals my questions in media for interviews, and now he's stealing the stuff I want to talk about. This is very annoying.
It's just blue smoke. Big switch. Unable to get around the corner. Barker John. Going to be a goal kick. Atlanta into the 23rd minute now. Almost halfway through the first half.
That's good positioning, though, from Dominic, though, to stop that entire run. It's just, it's we say it all the time with defending. It's not sometimes about getting to the ball and clearing the ball or getting a tackle. It's about putting yourself in front of the player and using your body almost to shield it and not allow them to get a cross in or to get a shot or just to block them from seeing the view of what you need to do. And that's what Dominic did.
Yeah, sometimes your best play is positionally rather than diving in for a tackle. Masafero up the left side to Jon Kui. Cut inside, Cooper Sanchez holding a player off. Really nice turn there from Cooper. Over to the right side to Sessick. Nick Sessick hits the brakes. Atlanta wants to set up shop here in the attacking half. Javier Armas. Masafero at midfield. Back to Morales, backside of the center circle, over to Ronan Wynn. Wynn trying to send Togashi in. Doesn't get enough on the ball. Jordan Knight will head it down. Atlanta's going to press. We say chasing Knight. Kofi will put it into the middle and pick out Carlton. Carlton back down the left for Kofi. Huntsville broke Atlanta's press initially, but Atlanta was able to recover into shape.
Kofi's been really solid for Huntsville in the first couple minutes. Just his run rate, what he can do. He's been really, really solid. I really liked his game so far.
Yeah, Christian Kofi has been impressive in the early going. Huntsville have the 1-0 lead in the 24th minute. Pass forward to Carmichael. Carlton in the middle third. Kofi, or Knight, blocked away. Atlanta intercepts with Sessick. Try to head it down for Sanchez. He's fighting for it. Armas is fighting for it. Tablante fighting for it. The foul's called. Too much fighting.
Not enough fighting.
Well, no, there was actually too much because they called the foul. I mean, you can get more, but yeah, it would have been probably a card if you had more fighting in that sequence.
I do hear the rain. There is rain. I don't know if it's storm.
Rain here where we
Rain
are,
here.
not in Huntsville.
No, not in Huntsville. But like rain, I hear it. I hear the little,
I believe the
drops.
rain has found us, yes. If power goes out and we just suddenly disappear, it's been fun. Alan Carlton, slaloming through traffic at midfield. Flicked on by Kofi. It's Jordan Knight, the goal scorer for Huntsville City. He sends Kofi in, dropped back, intercepted by Weesay. He wants to flip the field on the dribble. Gets into the middle of his own half, drops it back to Sanchez. Cooper over the top for Togashi. Togashi gets in behind Carmichael. Togashi can't get to it. It's played back to Lauta.
That's good defensively, though, from Huntsville, though.
Yeah, Barrett did a good job there in that sequence. Now Huntsville's trying to play out of pressure. Atlanta's trying to win it back. They do. Togashi finds it after Sessick and Armas combine to win it back. Game is absolutely chaos at this point. Ronan Wynn in the middle third. Over to Masafero on the left. Sal to Tablante at midfield. Back to Masafero. Atlanta's going to regain a little bit of composure in the arc with Jordan Hibbert. Over to Masafero. 1-0 Huntsville City, 26th minute. You're listening to Atlanta United 2 Soccer on the SDH network, and you're also watching on YouTube, watching us anyway. Big switch. We say Jordan Knight gets to it first, puts it out for an Atlanta throw in the attacking third on the right. Sessick, Armas, Javi going to approach the 18-yard box. Squared over to the left side to Jon Kui. Dominic doubles back.
It was a beautiful ball from Armas.
Masafero back up the left side to Tablante. Tablante with the cross. Weesay knocks it down, trying to find Togashi, and a foul is called somehow on Weesay?
Huh?
I don't know how that's
What?
a foul on Weesay. Unless the flag is up and we can't see it. Weesay jumps. Knight jumps. Weesay doesn't jump into Knight. Weesay's in front of him. I have no idea unless the flag is up and we can't see it.
I don't think the flag was up, though. He looked to be...
I thought he was onside,
onside.
but I have no idea why that'd be a foul. So
I'm so confused.
yeah, it happens. Carmichael over to the right side. Bowen Pass to Carlton, drop back. Atlanta aggressive here with their pressure high up the field.
I like the aggressiveness, though. You have to be.
The response is good. Ronan Wynn steps up to pinch that one away from Huntsville. Tablante
Moises.
leaves Bowen in the dust. Bowen recovers out of the dust and puts it out for a throw.
That's good playing from Moises. Just he's under pressure, and then he's able to win it back and just drive forward.
Chonqui back to Masafero, back to Morales, over to the right to Wynn. With the three center backs and Huntsville playing one up top, Wynn a lot of times has been the one to step up and pinch the play, and it worked in this sequence. Tablante for Chonqui, and I believe a foul is called. Another foul on the attacking player for trying to make a run. Very tough on the attacking players here. Chonqui gets a warning. I think he's getting a yellow card warning, which is kind of weird in the sequence of that one, where Chonqui's trying to make a run. Defender is basically like drawing a charge, to go basketball terminology on you. And then Chonqui gets the warning for that. That's not quite the same as committing a bunch of fouls as a defensive player.
I also don't think he's committed.
Oh, now another foul on an attacking player. This time Gunnar Studenoff goes running into Efrain Morales, so a free kick for Atlanta. I think the referee's had enough of everybody at this point.
I don't think Dominic's has done a lot of fouls to even earn a yellow card.
Yeah, I think the referee is just with everybody at this point. You're all on notice for yellow cards because everybody's getting
gets
warnings.
Pointed at.
Everybody.
No more.
I have no idea. This could get really weird.
Chaos.
Just stay tuned. Atlanta and Huntsville in Huntsville is almost always chaos.
I'm calling it 6-5 win for Atlanta.
That's too much chaos.
I think it could happen.
Jaden Hibbert, top of the arc, over to the left.
You never know.
That's way
Jason.
too much.
You never know.
Masafero. I've never seen a 6-5 game in my life that I can remember. Ronan Wynn. I've seen a lot of games. Jaden Hibbert in his own arc.
I mean, we had a 7-2 win. Nashville.
Yeah. Couple of penalties, and that one helped a little bit. Masafero back to Hibbert.
I mean, we could see penalties.
Anything's possible. Ronan Wynn. Back to Hibbert. Atlanta trying to find a way forward. Huntsville blocking all the lanes off. Back to Masafero. Hopefully the pizza's here at halftime because I'm starving.
Yep.
30th minute. Jaden Hibbert over to Sal Masafero. Advancing. Morales, who kind of stepped up ahead of the two center backs to help Atlanta get out of that jam. Back to Masafero. Morales going to move over to the left. Ronan Wynn will carry it forward. Javier Armas. Floated down the right side for Nick Sesek. Sesek brings it down into the middle. Good ball. Cayman Togashi turns to the left, passes behind Tablante.
It's the right idea from Cayman. He's just trying to connect with Moises, who's making the run. And I think it's just the way he brought it down. He turned around to try to get it and slot it there, and it goes wide.
Pressure from Atlanta. Weese forces the turnover. Atlanta shot over the bar. Very close from Javier Armas in the arc. About 20 yards out. Weese forced the turnover. Armas puts the shot over the bar.
He didn't miss it by much either.
He's going for that upper corner.
Oh.
Went for the upper corner, just high and wide. Goal kick played short by Huntsville. Carmichael over to Bowen, forward to Alan Carlton. Carlton up the right side for Studenoff. Morales will knock it away from him. Throw Huntsville in the attacking half down the right. It's 1-0 Huntsville City. MLS Next Pro action on the SDH network. A radio call. Also getting a watch along on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/soccer down here. If you're not subscribed, please do. Atlanta forces the turnover. Togashi over to the left to Tablante. That's going to be a Huntsville throw. Bowen will take it. Tablante held the ball a little longer than maybe he should have to allow his team to recover. Bowen throws it in. Barker John. Drop back. Casas will go all the way back to Lauta. And over to Barrett. Back to Carmichael. Good pressure from Atlanta. Can they force the turnover? No. Huntsville finds the open man on the right and Bowen. Carlton. O'Brien. Now the turnover happens. Togashi helps win it back. Armas up the left side to Tablante. Moises Tablante cuts to the left. Cross. Togashi slides. Can't get there. Barrett got to it first. Huntsville will clear. And they'll keep it in on the far side. Barker John. Now he's back in his own corner. Huntsville's got to play out of this. They're trying to, and it's working so far. Carmichael, right side of the 18-yard box for Huntsville City. He'll play it forward. Carlton with a little flick. It's a good ball over to the right. Barker John driving forward for Huntsville City through the middle. Tries to lay it into the path of Studenoft. Morales has to get to it. Studenoft wrestles him to the ground. That's got to be a yellow. He got warned. He's yelling at the AR, and there's the yellow card to Gunner.
I don't know why he's yelling at the AR.
I have no idea what he was yelling about to the AR.
He pulled Ephra down. I mean, it's good defending from Ephra. You know, he comes in. Jaden Hibbert's coming in to try to slide it in, but you had Ephra who just puts right good position. He gets it, and then he's able to come away with it. And then literally, he just shoulders him off and just like shoves him down. It's the right read from Ephraim Morales because Hibbert's coming, and we don't know if he was yelling for it, but he wasn't going to get there. Because Studenoft had gotten the step. Yeah. If Morales doesn't play it, Studenoft is going to get to it. Instead, Morales gets to it, and Studenoft drags him down and gets a yellow card for his troubles. We'll see how Gunner handles the yellow card. Masafero. Forward to Armas. Back to Sal. It's interesting, especially, too, because we know from the last couple of minutes that a lot of the attacking plays fouls have been up there. And so it'll be interesting to see how that gets figured out. More fouls on attacking players in this game than I've seen in a long time. Cooper Sanchez down the left. Good ball for Moises Tablante. Stood up by Bowen initially. Tablante still on it in the corner. Cross blocked. Corner kick, Atlanta United 2. 34th minute. Let's go. 1-0 Hunt City. See what Atlanta has in mind here on the set piece. Ball kids might have went for pizza in Huntsville. I don't blame him. That's fair. Yeah. Cooper Sanchez has to go get one. He does. Not pizza, a ball. In-swinging corner from the far side. 1-0 Hunt City. Sanchez right hand in the air, plays it short. Wiese gets to the end line, drives it into the side netting. Unable to get that cross back around. I like Gabriel Wiese trying to make things happen, though. Goal kick, Huntsville. Played short. Carmichael over to Bowen. Huntsville trying to play out of their defensive third. Atlanta forces the turnover. Chongqui knocks it down. Armas. Pizza has arrived. We'll have it at halftime. Pizza has arrived. So we'll take a break at halftime. Sorry, folks. You're just going to have to bear with us. It's been a long day. Ephraim Morales over to Masafero. Up the left side to Chongqui. His route forward is blocked. He'll go back to Sal. Huntsville defending in a 4-4-2, it looks like, with Carlton stepping up next to Studenoft. Hibbert. Masafero. Hibbert, top of his own arc. Ronan Wynn. Back to Hibbert, now at his own penalty spot. Jaden will launch it up the right side with the right foot. Sesek, I think it went off of his right shoulder blade and out for a Huntsville throw. Knight, the goal scorer, the left back for Huntsville. Throws it into Barrett and over to Carmichael. Back to Zach Barrett. Back to Eric Lauta. Over to Carmichael. Plays it long. Morales wins the header in front of Studenoft. Casas knocked to the ground. Foul called. Free kick Huntsville. Armas just applauding, getting everyone back into it. This is the captain doing captain things. Doing captain things, but I also do. I mean, applauding it because I am as well. I like the response from Atlanta, especially going down a goal. Just the relentless pressure, like just the fight and the fire. I like it. I like, taking those moments.
Kofi into the attacking third for Huntsville down the left. Stood up by Sessick. Spins back to the left. Sessick still, or Ronan Wynn still there. And Kofi ends up spinning himself over the end line. Goal kick. Ronan Wynn covering a little wider for Sessick. Ronan Wynn got his hair cut off, too. That's throwing me a little bit.
That's really good defending from Wynn, too. He forces Kofi to just knock it out of the play on his own. It's just, again, it's a really good positioning.
Jonqui's pass up the line doesn't get to Tablante. Atlanta battle to try to win it back. Another wrestling match and another attacking player committing a foul as Jonqui is dragged down by Pep Casas. There's some thunder in the Decatur area. Again, if we lose power, it's been nice. It's been fun. Efrain Morales.
We're not gonna die.
I mean, but
we power's gonna just lose power.
We'll die according to these people because they won't see us anymore or they won't hear us anymore.
I mean, okay, that's fair, I guess.
I mean, we'll hopefully still be alive, just not on air anymore.
That's fair.
38th minute. Maybe we get to halftime before the Lightning takes us out. Who knows? Efrain Morales. He passes forward to Cooper Sanchez. Ronan Wynn. Sanchez turns. Big switch up the left side. Jonqui. Forward for Tablante. Clearing ball from Carmichael was blocked. Togashi gets a block. Bouncing around. Tablante gets knocked to the ground. But the flag was up on Tablante, I think, coming back from an offside position to get involved. But that looked like an intentional, deliberate play for me from Huntsville City that brought Tablante back into it. That was turning and controlling. That wasn't a deflection, and it wasn't any of the other nonsense interpretations that we've been hearing lately. Thank you, IFAB. Thank you, FIFA, in terms of what a deliberate play is. I know what deliberate means. I have a dictionary. Just saying.
Oh, Jesus. This is turning into soccer SDH after dark.
That's going to happen. We still have another half.
Oh, no.
O'Brien. Oh, yes. O'Brien gets it
God.
back. Drops it back to Carmichael. Atlanta stepping up to press. Lauta now top of his own 6 with the left foot. Plays it into the middle third. Atlanta wins it back. Ronan Wynn to Armas. Headed it back. Nobody there, though. Knight comes away with it. He swings it forward for Studenoff. Driving on Morales. Gunnar Studenoff to the left. Blocked by Efra. Corner, Huntsville.
According to Daniel, there was a tornado warning in Carroll County earlier.
The weather's been awful
Crazy.
all over. I was in Calhoun, John and I, last night for Calhoun hosting
Yep.
Johnson.
Mhm.
We got 28 minutes in. That got stopped. There was no rain when they stopped it. There was lightning. Then the rain came. The field was unplayable. They tried to play it this afternoon. They didn't get to play it this afternoon. So that's going to get finished on Monday afternoon.
Oh, wow.
With a potential quarterfinal on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then a semifinal if they win later in the week. Corner, back post. Hibbert punches it away.
Supposed to be out of here by 10, 11-ish.
10, 11-ish.
That's all I got to say.
We'll see. No rain in Huntsville, it appears.
Well, that's nice.
Good
for them.
Yeah, good for them. Thrown into O'Brien. 1-2 with Kofi. 1-2-3 with Casas. Kofi will drop it back. Barrett. O'Brien. Carlton. O'Brien. Casas. O'Brien. Going backwards. Barrett. 41st minute. Huntsville back into their own half. Carlton spins to the left. Slips a pass through. Javier Armas has seen that one a few times in training. The interception. Armas. In the center circle. He'll drop it back to Masafero. Sal will drop it back to Hibbert, edge of the 18, left-footed clearing ball up the left side. One bounce, and it's caught by Lewis Sharp, Atlanta United goalkeeper coach.
Quick reflexes.
Well, he's a goalkeeper coach.
I mean, it's fair. I'm pointing it out.
He's a goalkeeper coach.
Exactly.
He should have quick reflexes, yes. He's a very good goalkeeper in his own right, too. Georgia Gwinnett College legend, Lewis Sharp. Zach Barrett. Over to Kevin Carmichael, Huntsville City. 42nd minute, they've got the 1-0 lead. Pass forward to Kofi. I think inadvertently nutmegged Javier Armas. Bowen up the right side now into the attacking half. Barker Jon driving on Chong Kui. He's in the corner. Barker Jon gets to the end line, floats the cross back. Header, Carleton goal. Goal, goal, goal. Huntsville City. Alan Carleton with the header against his former club. Barker Jon on the right, got in behind, beat Chong Kui in the 1v1 and just floated across back to Carleton. Clinical header from Alan Carleton, 2-0 Huntsville City.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good finish from Alan Carleton. It's unfortunate just because you had the players there. It's just in the one moment you're looking for where that's going to go, and then you completely miss that Allen is right there in the box, and he's able just to swing it and find it in the back of the net.
Yeah, Barker Jon's given Chong Kui some problems on that far side. Something you have to remember about young players, like you'll see progression forward, and then when good things continue to happen and you play a lot of games in a lot of places, first team, second team, youth national team, it can wear you down a little bit. And right now, Barker Jon getting the better of Chong Kui. That's a great cross, a great header from Alan Carleton, a player we've always enjoyed talking to and getting to know during his time with Atlanta United too. And it's 2-0 Huntsville City. They've been the better team tonight. Efrain Morales overhit, long diagonal over the head of Chong Kui, throw Huntsville City.
I think that hit a Atlanta United 2 a bench player as well. I don't know who it was, but it got him, like, I think, right in the chest.
Not the intended ball from Efra. Jordan Knight into the middle. Kofi, he's tucked in a little bit more here lately for Huntsville City. Atlanta trying to force the turnover. Javier Armas is grabbed by Jordan Knight. Is that going to be a card? We had a global warning earlier. Studenhoft got one. And not going to get a card here. I'm a little surprised. That should be.
Just getting a warning.
Yeah,
I saw it.
That's more of a foul I have an issue with in terms of transition. A turnover happens. Atlanta's breaking through the middle of the attacking half, and you're grabbed.
Yeah, I agree.
I want consistency from referees.
I agree. Absolutely.
That one's frustrating. We say off of the short free kick across to Armas. He'll head it back. Chong Kui goes up for a header, doesn't get to it. Volleyed away by Huntsville City. There'll be a throw for Atlanta in front of their bench. Tablante bodied Barker Jon off of it.
I'm applauding. That was very, very good from Moises. They can see it. People on Mixer can't. So I have to.
Yes.
I remember I have to say that I'm doing that because
we're in multiple places. Thrown in short to Tablante, lays it off for Togashi over to Wise, top of the arc. Wise goal. Goal. Atlanta United 2.
Let's go.
Gabriel Wise. Not last name. They don't have him on the graphics with Apple TV, but Gabriel Wise came in Togashi with another assist for the twos, and Wise, the academy winger, with a great finish. 2-1 Huntsville now late in the first half.
Second professional goal for Gabriel Wise. There we go. Now they got it. Now he's there.
They found him. They did have his name.
No, that's brilliant. That's a really good from Cayman Togashi, just to come in and just and then connect it, point out that Wisei's right there. Wisei sees the opening and he just launches it. It's so good.
2 minutes. Good. 2 minutes of stoppage time in this one. We're 20 seconds into it. It's 2-1. Good response from Atlanta United 2. They have a throw in on the far side in the middle third. Masafero to Javier Armas. Brings it down. Drops it back. Ronan Wynn up the right side now. Nick Sessick. He's got a lot of space to dribble into. Top of the 18. His cross is blocked off of the back of Jordan Knight. Kofi. He's got a lot of space to break into down the left. Game is totally stretched. Kofi dribbles past two guys. Then he gets stuffed. And a foul is called.
What?
That's a horrible call.
Huh?
That's an absolutely horrible call. Ronan Wynn stuffs Kofi. Everybody turns to yell at the referee. I'd like to see it again because I absolutely did not see it that way. Barrett to Knight. Back to Barrett.
Let me do replay work real quickly. Give me a second.
Yeah. I might get angry if I see that one again, actually.
So maybe I won't show it.
Yeah, that might be one we look at halftime while we're eating pizza. Big switch from Huntsville City. Chongqui will head it down to Tablante. 30 seconds of the 2 minutes of stoppage time that was indicated. Can Atlanta find a late equalizer here in the first half? Tablante down the left side for Chongqui. That's going to hug the touch line, and something happened behind the play. I think it's a free kick for Atlanta as Tablante got fouled after releasing the pass. It should be a card because we've had warnings about cards, and now Huntsville City consistently fouling Atlanta and cards aren't being shown. Welcome to the Atlanta United 2 broadcast for any Huntsville City fans who are listening. Sorry, our apologies.
Update, I cannot rewind on MLS Season Pass for the 2s, apparently.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
They probably just know that we would be upset if we
Yes.
looked at it, so.
Javier Armas with the right foot. Tablante with the left. It's going to be Javi. Squares it into the middle. Nick Sessick. Back to Armas on the left. Armas trying to get the cross in, trying to find an angle to get the cross in. Can't. Now Atlanta's got to defend. Sessick will pop it up the left side. Weesay into the attacking third, edge of the 18. Weesay plays it forward, tries to get to it, but Lauta, edge of the 6, out to claim it. And that will do it for the first half of action. Huntsville scores twice. Alan Carlton with a great header. Jordan Knight with a nice goal early. But then Gabriel Weesay pulled one back. Huntsville players complaining about things. Atlanta players complaining about things. Everybody's feisty. It's halftime. Huntsville leading 2-1. Your thoughts?
I sense more chaos is coming. I really do. I sense it. But listen, I think Atlanta United's response to going down 1 goal and then 2 goals is very, very, very good. I think that's something that I've credited this 2's team since the very beginning of the season. No matter if they go down how many goals, whatever, they are fighting in the game, no matter what, right until the very end. So I love that, and I love to see it from them. And I'm feeling the next 45 are going to be even crazier.
We will see if Atlanta United 2 can get something out of this. 2-1 Huntsville leads at halftime. A little bit different if you listen to us on the SDH network on Mixlr and if you're joining us on YouTube. Now is your chance, if you're watching us on YouTube, go get a snack. Flip over to something else for a minute. Leave us on the background. We're going to take a quick break because I haven't eaten anything since like noon.
Same.
When we were getting ready for a first team game that we did, and then a unified game, and now this game for 45 minutes. So it's time to eat really quickly while we have 10 minutes. So you guys stay with us. We will be back for the second half of Atlanta United 2 and Huntsville City on the SDH network right after these not messages. Just a break. Stay with us. We'll be back in a little bit.
my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. 'Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Welcome back on the SDH network and on YouTube.com/soccerdown. Here for the watch along. It's Atlanta United 2 trailing Huntsville City 2-1 on the road in Huntsville. Third match of the day for us on the SDH network. Let's kick it for 45 more minutes from Hunt City. Don't think we have any changes at halftime. Pizza has been consumed. Huntsville's trying to get a third goal. Jaden Hibbert makes a crazy save at the top of the 6. And yeah, it's going to be chaos in the second 45. Jon Nelson knocks it out off of Barker John. It should have been. Yes, it is. Throw in at Atlanta United 2. Don't see any changes as of yet. Chonqui, Masafero, Morales, Wynn, Sesek across the back for Atlanta. Sanchez and Armas in the midfield. Tablante and Wise on the wings, and Cayman Togashi up top. Madison Crews will be back eventually. She's finishing pizza upstairs in Office HD. We have invaded Jon Nelson's house. He's around. He cut highlights for us that we didn't get to play because we were eating pizza. Welcome to the SDH Network. If you're watching on YouTube, you're getting the watch-along experience here with Atlanta United 2. You can watch the match on Apple TV's MLS Season Pass. Madison Crews finished pizza. She's back. It's a headset. Use it. Masafero with a throw. Jaden Hibbert's already made a crazy save. We're 90 seconds into the second half.
Chaos.
Chaos.
What did I say?
Yep.
Absolute chaos.
Yep. Masafero with the throw in, looking for options. Chonqui taken away from him by Barker John and dribbled out. Masafero looking for options. Headed away by Bowen. Armas knocks it forward, blocks Bowen's clearance. Throw in Huntsville City on the near side.
All right, I'll give you guys an MLS update now. Montreal came back to tie it. 71st minute. It's tied 1-1.
Club de Foot.
Columbus is beating Charlotte 3-2 now in the 64th minute.
That game's chaos.
DC United is beating Colorado 2-1. And then Inter Miami in the 68th minute is now beating Red Bulls 4-1. And then Minnesota's beating Austin 1-0 on the road. And it is 0-0 in Chicago versus Orlando.
Atlanta in possession in the attacking half. Momentarily, it's taken away. And Javier Armas gets a yellow card. I believe he might have been grabbed beforehand. Javi not happy with the decision. He gets a yellow. Free kick for Hunt City. Barrett will leave it for Carmichael. Carmichael will give it to Barrett. Passed forward. Kofi spins to the right. Out wide to the right. Barker John driving on Chonqui. Cuts in on the left foot. Top of the arc. Barker John can't get the shot off. He'll drop it back. Barrett. Kofi. Barrett. Attacking half possession. Huntsville City. Casas drops it back to Bowen. Good pressure coming from Atlanta. O'Brien. Shirt grabbed by Cooper Sanchez. Foul call. It's a free kick for Huntsville City. They lead 2-1. Referee telling Cooper Sanchez to back up. Huntsville City didn't ever ask for the 10 yards, so, just saying. Played over to the left. Barrett gets it back. Barrett has to play it all the way back to Eric Lauta. Forward to Pep Casas. Carmichael. Lauta. Barrett, top of his own 18. Barrett will take a touch to the left. Good ball up the left side for Jordan Knight, but well read by Ronan Wynn. Throw in Huntsville. Back to Lauta. Carmichael. Still on it. Big switch over to Jordan Knight. His pass blocked by Sessick. Inside to Armas. Atlanta in possession. Dominic Chonqui at midfield. Drop back to Masafero. Over to Efrain Morales. Back to Masafero. Back to Morales. Back to Hibbert. Both teams doing a good job containing the other team. Masafero. Over the top. No one made the run. Lauta will let this roll to the top of the 18 and settle it. Into the 51st minute. 2-1 Huntsville. Atlanta trying to pull a comeback here. They'll get a throw in front of their own bench. Thrown in back to Hibbert. For Atlanta on the bench, Patrick Weah, Aiden Torres, Ryan Carmichael, Caden Moore, Braden Dunham, and Rodrigo Neri. Jonathan Ransom is the reserve goalkeeper. Hibbert to Masafero. At times with Morales stepping into his old number 6 position, and we're going back to like 16 years old. Hibbert has to volley that one away after a misplayed ball by Ronan Wynn. He apologizes. It happens. Throw in Bowen.
To quote Hannah Montana, nobody's perfect.
That's a Hannah Montana quote, eh?
It is. It's
Okay.
a song, actually.
Oh, I didn't know it was a song.
It is.
All right, fair enough.
I could play it. We might get copyrighted, though. So
We don't
can't-
need
I
to do that.
can't
No, don't do
play
that.
it,
Don't do that. I trust you. We can listen to it later. Atlanta forcing the turnover on the far side. Played inside to Cooper Sanchez in the attacking half. Through ball. Doesn't get through to Tablante. O'Brien will play it out wide to the left. Casas, he curls it into the run. Opportunity for Kofi. Kofi wants to cut in on the right foot. Does. Shot. Diving save Hibbert. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Just a misplayed ball. I think he was trying to shield it, and he just like tripped on the ball.
Yeah, I
and
think
then
he
knocked
stepped
out.
on it. Barker John. Hibbert with a nice save on the shot from Kofi. Kofi got inside of Morales, used him as a little bit of a shield, and Hibbert had the diving save back to the near post. Morales pokes it through to Wise. He will turn. Pass through to Togashi. Kamen tries to turn back. No foul called. Don't think it was. I think Kamen lost his footing. Casas. His pass intercepted. Not on the same page. Huntsville. Then the referee gets in the way. Nothing she could do. It hit her in the back. I mean, it would have been a great break for Atlanta. There's nothing she could do to avoid it. I get the frustration from Armas, but unless she literally has eyes in the back of her head, she can't get out of the way of that one. Morales over to Ronan Wynn. He'll dribble into the attacking half.
I think I got nervous because it happened, and then it was almost a delayed response, and then I was like, no, and then it was called, so everything was fine.
Masafero up the left side. Chonqui, good ball. Tablante into the attacking third. His cross with the left foot caught by Lauta. Eric Lauta, the goalkeeper for Huntsville City, leading 2-1 at the moment, 53rd minute. Would expect we'd see Carmichael and Neri sooner rather than later for Atlanta. Punt down the middle. Efrain Morales wins the header strong over Barker John, who is left in a heap on the field. Possible head injury, so referee has to stop the play. It'll be Atlanta's ball on a drop ball. There's no foul in any of that. I mean, there's not really even any point to complain, and because the player stayed down and grabbed at their head, the referee has to stop the play. Morales goes up to win it, and there's nothing he can do as Barker John undercuts him. Morales' hands go out to protect Barker John and himself in that, but Barker John undercuts him. So if you're calling a foul, you would call it against Barker John.
Yeah.
But the referee didn't call any fouls, and she's telling Hibbert, and she's 100% correct. She has to be careful in that moment, even if it's a very low chance of a concussion. He is getting checked for a concussion. Even if it's a very low chance, you have to stop the play to make sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'll be a drop ball back to Hibbert. It's frustrating, but you have to be careful.
Yeah, especially with head injuries. You don't want to mess around with that stuff. Not at all.
No, you have to make sure that the player's okay. It's what they're doing right now on the field, which I don't know why they're doing it on the field. They could be doing this off the field. Maybe that's a little bit of the complaint here from Javier Armas as he goes over to talk to the referee, points to his imaginary watch on his wrist.
Making sure that time's going to be added back on. Referee says,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it has to.
Has to.
That's actually not Barker, John. It's Gill. There was a halftime substitution that had never been indicated. Welcome to MLS Next Pro. I'm constantly complaining about this because they don't do the same substitution things that you do. And it's not just because we're remote tonight. It happens at home games too. They don't put up the signboard for halftime substitutions on a regular basis. So sometimes substitutions happen and you have no way to know. So it's Gill who came on, I guess, for Kofi as we're getting a look at it now. Drop ball back to Chongqui. We're back underway. We'll figure out the lineup eventually. I mean, you know, could get some graphics for it, but we haven't. Atlanta down the right. Weesay into the corner. Cuts back to the left foot. Has Sesek behind him. Sesek knocked away by Carlton. Last touch off of the AR said off of Carlton. So throw Atlanta. I think the referee initially was going to give the throw to Huntsville. Win, Morales, Masafero at midfield. Morales back to Win. Passes through. It deflects off of Togashi. We say almost with an interception. Huntsville City's confused, trying to play out of their defensive third. And they give up a throw.
That's good pressure. And not only from Javi, but also from Gabriel Weesay and Taman Togashi getting right in the middle of it too. Like it's good pressure.
So Real Gill replaced Gunnar Studenhoft at halftime. Throw in Atlanta. Going to be a long throw from Nick Sesek into the 18. Morales with a flick on, looking for a handball. Everybody for Atlanta frustrated. The referee says no. Maybe we'll get a replay. Masafero back to Hibbert. I couldn't tell. It was very quick. No VAR in MLS Next Pro. Referee was pretty adamant immediately that there was nothing in it. Atlanta will build up out of the back. Masafero. Chongqui. Masafero. Hibbert. Thunder indicator. Win back to Hibbert. Penalty spot. Left-footed clearance out of his own 18. Togashi can't win the header with Carmichael. Atlanta can't win the ball back either. Armas with a defensive play. Referees just for not using the whistle anymore. Armas over to the right to Sesek. Thought Armas had committed a foul. Wasn't called. Javi. Chongqui on the left. Into the middle third. Back into the middle. Javier Armas now into the attacking half for Atlanta United 2. Cut back nicely. Cooper Sanchez. Overlapping run from Chongqui to Blante as well. He gets it on the end line. Cross into the 6. Deflects back. Casas will carry it away for Huntsville. Nearly into traffic. It is into traffic. Tablante forces the turnover. Barrett will clear. Everybody has lost their minds in Huntsville. And there's players down behind the end line. So we will be stopped here for a moment in the 58th minute now into the 59th.
That was chaos.
I think it's Bowen who's down there. Togashi is back to his feet. Go back to Tablante turning. He gets the cross off. Togashi and Bowen, I guess, collided. Bowen went down up against the signboard. Tablante forced the turnover. Barrett cleared it. I don't know why Bowen went down. I have no real clue. It's a throw for Atlanta in the middle third. Throws it into Tablante. Poked away from him. Bowen. Tablante tries to force the turnover. Can't. Atlanta will settle it in their own half. Efrain Morales. I wish I had a better explanation of all that chaos that happened. And we didn't get a replay of the possible handball either.
No, we did not.
Sesek up the right. We had more chaos after it.
Yes.
So, sorry, producers, for, throwing shade at you, but
there was a ton of chaos.
There's a lot of chaos, and there's plenty more time for more chaos in the 60th minute. 2-1 Huntsville City. Cooper Sanchez to the left to Sal Masafero. Dominic Chongqui. Back to Sal. Inside to Efrain Morales. Sanchez. Morales. Masafero. Chongqui up the left side into the attacking third now. Dominic Chongqui, low cross into the 6. Sliding clearance by Carmichael.
I like it because it came in making the run in just to try the cross in from Chongqui, and then as he's running, tried the one touch as he's just driving into the box. I like it. I like it. I like it.
It's going to be a corner for Atlanta. Cooper Sanchez. Weese is there short. Sanchez back to 30 yards out to Javier Armas. Can't get the shot off. To Blante now. He'll loop it into the 18. Togashi heads it down. Volley goal. 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 Well worked set piece. Sal Masafero with the volley in. Togashi with another assist. That is a well-worked set piece, and Sal Masafero runs over to applaud the entire coaching staff. 2-2.
Oh, that's so good. It's Moises finds Cayman in the box, and then Sal Masafero is right there. Cayman just heads it right back, and then Sal just with the one touch, just boom, right past. It's brilliant.
Multiple times we have seen Cayman Togashi head the ball down in those kinds of moments to create a goal. He has 4 assists for Atlanta United 2 this season. He hasn't played very much for Atlanta United 2. He's chasing everything right now. It's 2-2. Atlanta's got the momentum. 62nd minute. Carlton turns it over. Intercepted by Weese. Weese dribbles past Allen. Going to be a throw for Huntsville in front of their own bench. But that is a 100% patterned set piece. Played short. Cooper Sanchez back 30 yards from goal to Armas, over to Tablante, into Togashi, headed down to Masafero. Here comes Huntsville. Carlton up the left side. Kofi cuts back on the right foot. Back to the left. Stood up by Sesic. Weese with an interception inside his own 18. It deflects to Huntsville. Cross, nobody home. Barker John had cut inside. Chongqui will clear. Yep, this is going to be a typical Atlanta-Huntsville game. 2-2. 62nd minute. You okay over there?
No, I'm nervous.
Jordan Knight up the left side. Kofi. Back to Knight. Pass across. Tablante steps up with the interception. Can he save it? Nope. Slides. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. No.
It was indicated no a little bit later.
Yeah, there was some confusion on the yes-no action. Substitutions for Huntsville City. We've already made one at halftime. Jordan Knight's day is done. I'm thinking of old Hawks players.
Different team.
Yeah, Pep Casas, his day is done. And for Huntsville, Rose and Hernandez are into the match. Tyshawn Rose and Jonathan Hernandez checking in for Hunt City. Knight had the goal for Huntsville that opened the scoring.
We got updates on MLS.
We got updates on MLS as Huntsville throws it in, knocks it off of Masafero's arm.
Philadelphia is now leading Montreal in the 87th minute, 2-1. Columbus has now gone up 4-2 against Charlotte. That is the 80th minute. DC is still the same. Miami, Red Bull still the same. Minnesota at a second goal, so now they're leading 2-0 at the half. Then you have Chicago and Orlando. That's still 0-0, but Chicago got a red card. It's a straight red card, too, to Chris Brady.
The goalkeeper, Brady, gets a red card for Chicago, so he's going to miss next week against Atlanta United. Jon Nelson's making his way back down here off camera. You'll see him in a second.
So, yeah, Chris Brady, Chris Brady will not be playing against Atlanta.
He will miss next week, so
Very
good
curious.
news for Atlanta United in that one.
Very curious how that one played out. I'll have to watch that one later.
We'll check out highlights. Post-game show could be absolutely chaotic here after this. Flicked on. Here comes Huntsville. It's 2-2. They're looking for a third. Jaden Hibbert comes outside of his 18 to clear. He's comfortable out there. Cayman Togashi with 2 assists tonight. Atlanta down 2-0. They're back to 2-2. And they're playing in Huntsville, Alabama, so anything, and I mean anything, could happen the rest of the way. Saw Jackson Conway score a late winner and then hyperextend his knee. Yes, that happened in the celebration.
Whoa.
Yes.
All right.
That was 2023 Atlanta United 2.
Oh, crazy. Oh, yes, that was your infamous goal call, was it not?
Yes, that was the goal call that the photographers could hear on the field. Yes. Jaden Hibbert from Ronan Wynn. I really like how Atlanta's building up with Efrain Morales stepping up into the midfield. 3 center backs. With Hibbert, he can step up between them, and that creates a diamond with Morales stepping up higher. Morales played as a 6 as a kid.
We've never seen, I don't think I've seen any formation like this with the 2s since I've been a part of
It's 3
it.
center backs. So, like, they did this last time out against Cincinnati, but that element within the buildup, Morales stepping up from it, is interesting.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's Ronan Wynn on the ball now. Over the top, Chongqui had made the long run. That's volleyed away by Lauta, but Chongqui was offside. What's up, John?
Well, let's see. The gentleman who is afraid of storms, I believe he has calmed down.
Just in case anybody is asking, that is a...
It's not me that we're talking about.
And it's also not another person.
No.
It's a canine.
Yes, the canine that we have here that rules the roost and is the number 1 security agent.
Yes.
From his time, we have gathered since he was a rescue that he is not a fan of thunder and lightning and things like that. So that's where we are. So hopefully,
hold on. Huntsville City's trying to score a goal here.
Yeah, whatever.
Overlapping run to Gill. Sliding play from Big Sal Masafero. Somebody needs to get Big Sal t-shirts made.
Well, I mean, we do have a store, don't we?
That's why I said it.
Ooh. Sorry.
What happened?
I just watched the red card that Chris Brady got. Yeah, it's bad. That's rough.
All right, I'll watch this in a second. We have a corner kick for Huntsville City first. 67th minute. Outswinger. Back post. Headed away. Big Sal once again.
Big Sal.
Okay, so every time that's going to happen, we're going to have John with the catchphrase.
No.
That's what's going to happen.
No, not like that. That was creepy.
That was a little
Big Sal.
Sal Masafero.
Oh, God.
Huntsville trying to build out of the back. Lauta, top of his own arc. 68th minute. It's 2-2. Cayman Togashi still running, still chasing. It's assisted both goals for Atlanta.
69th minute at Fort Finley. Goalless between Chattanooga FC and Philadelphia Union 2. Nice.
Ball over the top. Flag is up. Jaden Hibbert a little frustrated because Barker John knocked that one into an adjoining county. He gets a yellow card for it.
Mm-hmm.
Over by the Von Braun Civic Center, perhaps.
Yes.
Yep.
And we have a substitution coming for Atlanta. Aiden Torres will replace Cooper Sanchez. Good match for Cooper, I thought.
Very good match. Played really, really well.
Aiden Torres into the match. Both have spent time with youth national teams. Torres and Armas in the midfield. 3 center backs, Masafero, Morales, and Wynn. Wing backs are Sesek and Chongqui. Wingers are Tablante and Wise. And Cayman Togashi is up top.
I'll give you a little bit of an explanation of what happened with that Chris Brady thing.
Hold on. Chongqui into the attack. Tablante. Moises shifts to the left. Moises with a cross to the back post over Togashi's head. Rose plays it forward up the left side. He gets it back. Here comes Huntsville flipping the field fast. Rose takes off like a rocket, gets grabbed, advantage played, tried to grab him again, couldn't reach him, crossed in. Masafero will have to clear it into that adjoining county, and it's going to be a throw for Huntsville, but a yellow card's got to be shown, and it's Ronan Wynn. No, it's not Ronan Wynn. Is it Ronan Wynn?
I believe it was Nick Sesok.
Okay, she was looking at Ronan Wynn, and that had me worried because he had a yellow card already, but I think she was showing it to Sesek, or she didn't realize she was showing it to Wynn, and he's got a second yellow, and maybe she'll figure that out. No, I think she was showing it to Sesek. I thought it was Sesek who grabbed him. Chaos is what you would expect. Alan Carlton spins out of 2 defenders. Kofi out wide to the left. Interception on the far side. Aiden Torres, he's dragged to the ground. Huntsville complaining, and I have no reason, no idea, no guess as to why.
Speaking of fouls, I'll go back and
Yes,
explain
tell
kinda
me what happened quickly.
Basically, I'll explain it, and then we'll watch it later. Basically, plays building up. Orlando was making the run. Chris Brady literally comes out of his box flying studs high into the player.
That's not good.
Red card was shown immediately.
That's not recommended.
Not recommended.
The fans of Chicago on social media were not pleased.
Are they
He
saying
went
it should not have been a red?
in.
Oh, no,
Huh?
they're not pleased with Chris Brady's behavior.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was like, that's a blatant red.
Great ball from Masafero to Tablante. Into the attacking third down the left for Atlanta United 2. 71st minute. Tablante cuts inside, cross, back post. Chested down by Sessick. Volley. Ooh, wide.
Oh, wow.
Sessick didn't miss by much. That would have been a goal of the week, goal of the month, goal of the decade award. Tablante floated it over to Sessick. He chested it down off the hop.
Oh,
Lauta
wow.
diving. It's wide. Goal kick.
I don't think he missed it by much either.
No, I don't think he did.
Oh.
High pressure from Atlanta. Huntsville trying to play out of it. 20 minutes to go here. Might be getting into Steve Cook's favorite portion of the match, the post-game shootout after a draw.
Why, yes.
O'Brien over to the left. Rose. Kofi. I don't like it either, so
I don't
I
like
feel
it either.
safe in saying that.
I
Kofi,
don't like it either.
cutting on the right foot. Bowen doesn't get the shot off. Good defending from Tablante. Back to Chonqui. Javi. Good ball out for Weesay. He takes off down the right. Weesay. Cuts back. Has some help in Nick Sessick. Middle third. Back to Win. Splits a couple defenders. Passes to Aiden Torres. Over to the left side to Dominic Chonqui. Torres will make the run down the left. Chonqui will go back to Masafero instead. Now Efrain Morales. Ronan Win. Midfield. Atlanta United 2 in possession. Up the right side to Nick Sessick. Javier Armas. Blocked by Hernandez. Throw Atlanta. The referee coming over because I believe Armas got stepped on in that sequence. He'll be all right. Played every minute of every game last year. Has had a little bit of an injury issue this season. Togashi pops it back to Javi. Javi trying to cut on the left foot. Does. Tablante. 35 yards from goal right at Lauta. Saved. Got a lot into that one, Moises Tablante. But it was right at Eric Lauta. Back into the middle. Aiden Torres almost forces the turnover. Hernandez. Back to Carmichael. Lauta. Zach Barrett. Up the left. Rose. Drop back. Russell. Barrett up the left side. Deflected. Subs coming for Atlanta. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2. Ryan Carmichael and Rodrigo Neri will be checking in. Cayman Togashi's day is done, as is Gabriel Weesay's done. Togashi, 2 assists. Really good performance from him. Again, he's putting himself into contention for getting some time for the first team with these kind of performances. Ryan Carmichael will be out wide. Neri would be central, I would assume, but they are interchangeable. Throw in Atlanta. Headed down by Rose. It's over to Kofi out wide. He's running 1v3. Plays it up the line. Atlanta will play it back to Hibbert and reset. Goals from Weesay and from Masafero. Win back to Hibbert. Second goal of the season for Big Sal. Win to Hibbert. Masafero. Over to Blante's head. Headed down by Carmichael. He gets it back after the clearance from Morales. Stepping in front is Ronan Win. He's chopped to the ground. Everybody wants a card. Gil gets a card.
You want one? You got one.
No, he didn't want one. Everybody wanted him to get one.
You got
No, he must have just said something
Oh.
foul. There was a
Javi.
really bad reaction from Armas and from Tablante.
Earpiece is out on the center ref, too.
Oh, don't go to the replay there because something got said, and Tablante and Armas both immediately turned.
That.
Tablante right in front of the ref on the initial call. The foul is bad. Did we get another yellow card? I guess not, because Atlanta players don't look happy.
Boys is now going up to.
Armas and Carlton were having a laugh about it. Gil's still on the field. He's very lucky. Something got said because that reaction was wild. I don't know. Maybe we'll hear about that one sometime this week. Free kick Atlanta. Whole bunch of yellow cards. Whole bunch of fouls. Whole bunch of goals. It's 2-2. Masafero gets collided with by Hernandez. Throw Atlanta.
Still goalless 77th at Fort Finley, Chattanooga FC, and Philadelphia Union 2.
Yeah, they're not as much fun as this.
Now, Dominic's confused as well. It's going to be a free kick, I guess.
About the same. Morales. Over to Ronan Wynn. Who knows at this point?
Dominic was confused because it was almost like a throw-in, and then it was...
Then it was not.
Sessick. Back to Wynn. Ronan to Efra. Backside of the center circle. Over to Masafero. Into the 77th minute. Chongqui overhit pass. Neri gonna chase. Carmichael just has to clear it. Kevin Carmichael for Huntsville City. Now we have Ryan Carmichael for Atlanta United 2 on the pitch as well. Luckily, they're not on the same side of the pitch. Big switch to Tablante. He's got Chongqui wide. Moises with the cross. Headed away. Huntsville can try to break. Gil. Totally mishit ball. Intercepted by Wynn. Sessick. Drops it back to Javier Armas. Over to Masafero. 77th minute. Masafero's going to carry it forward. Lays it off to the right. Wynn. Up the right side. Good ball. Sessick with the cross. Doesn't get to Nery. Headed away by Barrett. Settled by Atlanta. They will reset with Morales in the center circle. Shot 7-6 Atlanta. Morales drives it up the right side.
Wow.
Saved. Crossed. Barrett will clear. Really good ball from Efra. Nothing comes of it. O'Brien over to the left side. Rose inside to O'Brien. Huntsville trying to get out of their own half. Rose to Hernandez in the middle of the park. He'll swing it over to Carmichael. Back to Lauta. Pressure from Neri. Barrett passes forward. Pressure from Atlanta. They force a turnover. Armas to Tablante. 20 yards from goal. The cross doesn't get to Neri. Atlanta win it back again, though. Chongqui. All Atlanta right now. Armas back to Tablante. Over to Chongqui on the left. Forward to Tablante. Gets tripped up. Foul called. Free kick Atlanta. Hernandez commits the foul. Armas tells everybody to chill out. Tranquilo, he says. It's going to be a free kick for Atlanta. I think maybe substitutions coming first. Yes, Huntsville making a sub. Isaiah Jones checking in for Barker John for Huntsville.
Quick MLS update. Full time for a couple of matches. New England beat Toronto 2-0. Philadelphia wins 2-1.
Tablante takes the free kick. Deep to the back post. Lauta slaps it away. Back into the middle. Morales over the bar. Efra with the left foot put it over the bar and put his face into his hands afterwards.
Chance was there. And Efra knew it too.
Oh, wow.
Great service from Tablante. Lauta slapped at it, knocked it down. Carmichael settled it for Morales. Didn't miss by much, but he put it over the bar with the left foot. Here comes Atlanta again. Chong Kui cuts it back to the top of the 18. This game has gotten into the liquor cabinet this late. Up the left side, Morales with the interception. Able to knock it away from Kofi. 2-2, 80th minute. We'll see who has the lampshade on their head by the end of this one.
I'll go back real quickly because we have a weird delay with the throw-in. Columbus full-time 4-2 victory over Charlotte. DC wins 2-1, and Miami wins 4-1 against Red Bulls.
There you go.
Angry Miami.
Angry Miami.
Aiden Torres over to Dominic Chong-Kui. Drops it back to Masafero. Inside to Efra. Splits multiple players to Sesic. Into the center circle to Neri. Neri chopped down from behind by Kevin Carmichael. Foul called. Yellow card to Carmichael of Huntsville. Nobody's gone bust yet on yellow cards. Feel like we're getting close to 21 at this point.
Seems fair.
Blackjack references are always fun.
Dealer decided not to stand on 16.
Yeah, pretty much. Free kick, Ronan win. Long diagonal to Dominic Chong-Kui. Controls it with his thigh. Bowen shuts down the wing. Chong-Kui will drop it back to Masafero. Floated forward to Tablante. Inside to Aiden Torres. Overlap from Tablante. It's inside to Armas. Armas has Sesic out wide to the right. Nick Sesic takes a touch forward. Low cross. Blocked by Hernandez. Huntsville can break up the left. That pathway is shut down for Rose. Hernandez spins away from Armas. Back out wide to the left side. Huntsville trying to play through the pressure. In doing so, they swing it over to the right to Blake Bowen. Drop back to Carmichael. Inside to Hernandez. Over to Barrett. 82nd minute. The pass through. Here comes Huntsville City. Carlton passed it forwards out to Rose. Now back to Carlton. He spins away from Aiden Torres. No call. Could have been a foul. Not called. Atlanta settles things back to Hibbert. Jaden. Masafero. Hibbert. Ronan win. Back to Hibbert. Huntsville chasing to no avail. Masafero, he'll dribble forward a little bit. Cut it back inside. Sal Masafero's in his bag tonight. Aiden Torres. Pass intercepted. Tried to switch it over to the opposite side. Picked off. Kofi. Slips it through to Carlton. Gets it back. Runs into Ronan Wynn. No call. Really poor attempt at drawing a foul, and now he grabbed his head, so a possible head injury. Thoughts? Thoughts in word form.
Pleading still continuing for Atlanta United 2. Center ref. Not really.
I just don't.
Seeing any of it.
We'll see a little bit here. I don't want to. Hold on.
No, that's bad acting.
No,
that was odd.
Yeah,
he
bad.
starts to go. He starts the fade from the waist down a good 3 feet away from contact.
Yeah, it's a dive, and the referee, and this is what should happen here, is Kofi should have to be off the field for 2 minutes. That's the rule in MLS Next Pro. They're checking Kofi out on the field, which should not be happening. That happened earlier in the match and shouldn't be happening. Alan Carlton getting substituted for Huntsville. They stopped Kofi from leaving the field to get checked out. That's extremely frustrating. Adim Sipic, the homegrown for Nashville, is into the game for Huntsville City. So to describe what happened, Kofi was running through after the 1-2. He wasn't going to get to the ball. He's trying to run into Ronan Wynn and draw a foul. He grabbed his head before he even got to Wynn and fell to the ground. The referee's in a horrible spot there because he grabbed his head. She didn't give the foul call. It's a drop ball back to Atlanta as Kofi is off the field and he's getting checked out finally. Overhit ball from Morales. But Kofi, and this is where I absolutely despise players who grab their head in fake head injury situations to try to exploit the rules. And that's exactly what Kofi did. Huntsville with a bad touch. Good pressure from Ryan Carmichael.
Considering today's amount of attention that is given to head injuries and the care therein, and you have a moment like that, and it's not the only time that it happens in the modern day,
happens.
but it's profoundly disappointing considering that the care that the game is supposedly having for those kinds of contacts and players.
And it's profoundly disappointing that Kofi's back on the field.
That wasn't two. That was not 2 minutes.
That was not 2 minutes. So I don't know why he's back on the field. Like, if we're going to have the rules, we have to use the rules. Atlanta forces a turnover to Blante. Lays it off to Neri. Neri trying to get through about 5 Huntsville players. Can't do it. It's back to Lauta. Instead, Bowen will take it. He'll dribble out wide. Puts it into the middle. O'Brien, he has to go back to Lauta again. Good high pressure from Atlanta. We're in YOLO land at this point. Masafero heads it forward. Popped up into the air by Isaiah Jones. He gets the foul.
The new amusement park in the Shoals, YOLO land.
YOLO land, yes. 86th minute. Bowen, Carmichael, Zach Barrett. Kofi should still be off the field. Out wide to the left. Rose. Flicked on. Atlanta's going to chase this one down. Efra will make the long run and drop it back to Hibbert. Jaden up the right side and over the bench. Throw in Huntsville.
87th minute goalless at Fort Finley, Chattanooga FC and Philadelphia Union 2.
Huntsville throwing it in 15 yards up from where it went out because it hit players on the bench, which are kind of right there for you to see as a marker. Throw in Huntsville on the right. Now Isaiah Jones cuts back, runs into Chong Kui, goes to the ground, doesn't get the call.
Good call.
Aiden Torres, top of his own 18. He gets fouled from behind. He almost got caught in possession. This is what's difficult when you're a referee and you throw cards around for things early and you throw lots of warnings around later when the same things happen and you don't give cards. That's not how it should work. And the problem is yellow card accumulation is actually a real thing. So when cards are giving inconsistently, it can drive people crazy.
Consistency, where is
Like
thy
me.
sting?
Yes. Flicked on by Chong Kui. Neri doesn't get to it. Aiden Torres doesn't keep it. Here comes Nashville. Isaiah Jones. Blocked by Tablante. Good work by him to scrap back and defend. He dribbles past Bowen.
Oh, my gosh.
Tablante is saucy tonight. He doesn't get a call. Referees just lost the whistle at this point. O'Brien drops it back. I don't know either. Barrett clears. Efrain Morales comes flying through Sipich. That foul's called. Free kick Huntsville.
I knocked my headset off my ear. Sorry.
Maddie's losing her mind over here, slapping her headset.
I am.
Why you want to slap your headset? What did it ever do to you?
It moved. I waved my hands in frustration and I knocked my cord and it just came off my ear. And then I kept it there for like a minute because the play was still going on. And it was more like, what the heck?
Yes.
Sure.
Kevin Carmichael to Bowen. 88th minute, almost into the 89th, into the center circle. Kofi drops it back. O'Brien to Kofi. Outside of the foot pass, blocked away by Sessick. Throw Huntsville in front of their bench. Drop back to their goalkeeper, Eric Lauta. Play it back up the left side. Huntsville still in their own half. Kofi dispossessed. Good work by Atlanta. Carmichael to Neri. Unable to turn the corner. Throw in Huntsville. 90 seconds of regulation to go. Steve Cook is eagerly anticipating a penalty shootout at the end of this.
Yes.
Played into the middle. Neri knocked away from him. Here comes Huntsville. Over to the right to Bowen. Carmichael coming across to Chase. Bowen up the right side for Isaiah Jones. Chong Kui gets back, crossed in, shot wide. Sipich put it pretty wide of that near post. It's a great ball by Bowen to Isaiah Jones. Low cross, top of the 6, and Sipich did not test Jaden Hibbert. Goal kick Atlanta. 40 seconds of regulation to play. Hibbert long to midfield. Nery knocks it down for Chongqui. Tries to play it for Carmichael, headed away by Carmichael. Yes, that happened.
There you go.
Armas over to the right. Sesic. His cross. Back post. Nery doesn't get to it. Lauta. Lauta collides with his own player, but makes the catch. Didn't think he was going to get there, but Eric Lauta ended up closing the ground, and now he's injured himself.
Because we're right up against the 90:00.
Yeah, but it's the home team who has injured themselves.
Yes.
He collided with Bowen.
Friendly fire.
Now Lauta might have to deal with a penalty shootout
5
with an injured
added.
leg. Yeah, 5 added. Probably should be more than that. You had 2
Hold on, it was
possible
5
head injuries.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, I blacked out.
Maddie's
What?
incredulous.
You okay over here?
No.
All right, fair enough.
Figured we'd ask.
Should have been more than 5. You had 2 possible head injuries that needed checking. You had Javier Armas complaining about time, and the referee said that she had it, but I don't know if she did. Tablante's chasing things. Rose will fall down. Free kick, Huntsville.
She just needed to wind her watch better, perhaps?
Possibly, yes. 2-2. Stoppage time. About 4 minutes and some change left to play. Bowen on the right. Up the line for Isaiah Jones. Stood up by Chongqui. He gets around him to the outside, though. Here comes Isaiah Jones. Chops it back inside. Able to get past Aiden Torres. Drew a possible foul. Advantage played. Big swing over to the left. Rose driving on Sesic. Top of the 18. Almost trips over it. Sesic takes it away from him. Sesic will clear. Referee's looking for Chongqui to show him a yellow card. He gets it for Aiden Torres, for the late challenge on Isaiah Jones. That's correct. Good work, referee. We had a referee change in the assignments, and I think we had an email, but I don't have the email in front of me.
Efforting.
Apologies, Miss Referee. Throw in Atlanta. Flicked into the middle. O'Brien's able to bring it down for Huntsville. Pressure coming from Atlanta. Russell to Carmichael over to the left.
Last name got a yellow for Huntsville. That's nice.
Aiden Torres is his last name, but now he plays for Huntsville. And yes, graphics on point tonight. Headed back inside by Tablante.
Hey, graphics are hard. I've done them.
They're not easy, but last name has popped up twice for different teams.
That is fair. Yes.
Not good. Hernandez over to the right. Bowen. 2.5 to play in stoppage time. Bowen, cross, caught by Hibbert inside the 6. Hibbert did not collide with his own teammate and is not faking an injury.
Caitlin Trowbridge is in the middle tonight. Chana Forstall, your AR1. Joshua Belk, your AR2. Wes Cowett is your 4th.
Caitlin Trowbridge got the assignment tonight. That was a change. It wasn't supposed to be the case at the beginning of the week. Hibbert punts it long. Barrett got there ahead of Neri. Carmichael got there ahead of Carmichael. Advantage played. Here comes Huntsville. Isaiah Jones on the right side, cutting in, overlapping run from O'Brien. He's going to get it. Drops it back to Bowen. Huntsville in the attacking half, looking squirrely. Hernandez over to Rose. Hernandez. Rose. Kofi out wide on the right. His pass through. Gill intercepted. Another player takes a dive. Turned over, though. Bowen, 40 yards from goal. Overlapping run. Jones on the right, just outside the 18. Back post. Headed away by Sesic. Kofi settles at top of the 18. Drifting to the right. Still going to the right. Ronan Wynn there to defend. Kofi will drop it back. O'Brien with the shot. Just missed the near upper corner.
going to PKs at Fort Finley, goalless after 90 minutes plus a handful. So they're going to PKs. Chattanooga FC, Philadelphia Union 2 each leave Fort Finley with at least a point. The second point of the evening is now in the balance.
Yeah, but Chattanooga and Philadelphia didn't have as much fun as this one.
Oh, no doubt.
It's 2-2. Draws all day between Atlanta and Nashville affiliated teams.
Well, and it does make sense considering that we went from 1-1 to goalless and now at 2-2.
We're getting all of them.
It is sequential.
Free kick, Atlanta in the center circle. Can they make something happen here at the end? Javier Armas was dumped to the ground. Atlanta's had a lot of experience in PKs this season.
Mm-hmm.
Armas swings it over to the right. Sessick heads it down because it was overhit by Armas. Huntsville, with seconds remaining, will pass it forward and turn it over nearly, but not. Kofi over to Bowen. Jonquil got a touch. Isaiah Jones fighting for it. Carmichael will knock it down. Armas to Carmichael down the left. Atlanta want to try to break. We're past the 5. To Blante. He's fouled from behind. Free kick, Atlanta. Now they will get a chance to do something with it. Armas says, everybody go. Sal Masafero's leading the charge. Here he comes.
Big Sal.
Big Sal.
Jon,
I didn't say it
no.
that time. You said it. No, that's not how it works. It's a free kick for Atlanta United 2. Javier Armas told everybody to go forward. This should be the last play of the game.
That's right. You say it first, and then I say the voice that you don't
Yes.
like second.
Yes,
Oh,
that's how it
jeez.
works.
Okay, just checking.
But now you're going to make me not ever say it again because that voice is weird. Tablante is going to take the free kick 45 yards from goal. Right hand in the air. Saw a great corner kick situation for Atlanta earlier. Tablante plays it up the left side. Sessick back to Tablante. Tablante curls it into the penalty spot, headed right back towards him. Isaiah Jones lets it go. Referee's going to let play go. There shouldn't be any time left. Huntsville breaking down the left. They cross it back to the right. Sipich can't do anything with it. Atlanta gets there.
And that will do it.
That's my line. That should not have happened because we were already to the 5 minutes when the free kick was taken. There should not have been afters. But guess what? We're going to penalties. Woo!
It's Steve Cook's favorite.
It's
It's our favorite too.
I mean, you come back and you get a point out of being down 2-0. You have to be happy about that.
Yes.
So whatever happens here has to be seen as just an extra bonus thing.
Yep.
You have to keep the mentality of that. What's Atlanta United 2's record in penalties? 1-3?
Yes.
1-3 in penalty shootouts. Huntsville, do we know their record in penalty shootouts, John?
Huntsville has 2 extra points in penalties this season. In the SOW category, they have 2.
Now we're getting random highlights on Apple TV. We'll get penalties here in Huntsville eventually. Jaden Hibbert in goal. Eric Lauta in goal. Hibbert hasn't had a lot of success in penalties. I guess we're just getting like the greatness of penalties in this highlight package.
I think they're explaining I've seen this a couple times actually. They're explaining like how it works.
Yeah, it's 5. We know how penalty shootouts
They're
work.
explaining like the point system, I think, in MLS Next Pro. That's what the
Just,
whole thing.
My recommendation would be for Steve Cook to record this for the league. Because that would be amazing.
I don't know if that would air.
That it would be amazing though. We're getting the highlights of the goals from the match. Jordan Knight broke through everybody and scored the opener. Not a good look for Atlanta. Jonquil got beat on the dribble on goal number 2. A great header from Alan Carlton. Great to see him get on the board for Huntsville City. Would have liked it to be in a 3-2 loss instead of a 2-2 draw. Great header from Carlton. But Atlanta came back and they really responded well. Gabriel Wiese with a really nice finish low to beat Lauta late in the first half. That made it 2-1. And then Atlanta was not done. The corner kick with Tablante to Togashi to Big Sal.
Big Sal.
The volley for Masafero. That made it 2-2. Not a fan, huh?
No. Well, while we're here, actually, do we want to watch the red card to get real live reaction to what happened?
I think we're about to get penalties. But
Yeah,
sure.
right
quick.
now in Chattanooga, it is heading to the top of the third. Philadelphia Union 2 have converted both of theirs, Pariano and Korzeniowski, and it was a miss in the bottom of the second after Robertson converted. Kwok misses, so they go to the third frame with the Union 2 a 2-1 advantage.
Okay, getting to watch the Chris Brady red card for Chicago.
That's not it. Where
That's a
did
save.
it go? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. There it is. Found it.
Okay. We'll get the penalties in a
36th
second.
minute.
That's a karate chop.
Wow.
That's not recommended form.
No. And Brady with both palms raised to the air.
Yeah, that's not good.
What did I do? Well, sir, to be honest.
All right. So Huntsville's going to go first. Kofi will shoot first for Hunt City.
Top of the third, Union 2 miss, still 2-1.
Atlanta United 2 still has never lost in Huntsville, Alabama.
There's your stat of the day.
Yes.
Which means Atlanta United has never lost in Huntsville, Alabama.
But they've also never won when we have not been there.
That is very true.
Kofi.
Nick Mendonça misses bottom of the third, still 2-1, Philadelphia Union 2. And the riveting shootout that is happening at Fort Finley.
Jaden Hibbert having a long conversation with the AR and the referee. That's strange. Stretching.
There's some arts of the dark of a dark tint.
I don't think there's any of that right now.
No?
I don't know what what they were talking to him about. They were very talkative towards him. Hibbert bouncing on the goal line. Kofi about 5 steps behind the ball. In front of the Huntsville City supporters, Kofi approaches, stutter steps, shoots, save! Jaden Hibbert.
Too slow after the stutter steps. It was easy to diagnose.
Hibbert knew what was going to happen there, dove low to his right, keeps it out. Atlanta's got the advantage after Huntsville shot first and failed. Kofi tried to hit that with a little bit of whip into that corner. Jaden Hibbert had it covered, and Javier Armas will step up and go first for Atlanta.
Philadelphia Union 2 have now missed 2 after making 2, so it is still 2-1. Chattanooga FC have now missed 3 in a row, heading to the 5th with a 2-1 lead.
Failure everywhere in Chattanooga.
5 out of the 8 attempts have been
going
misses.
over to Jaden Hibbert. Don't know why.
What is happening?
What is
here?
this?
So Hibbert is being talked to over on the side.
And Lauta and Javi Armas are waiting.
So Armas has to get to the ball and then stop and wait. Hibbert, I guess, was told he has to go to the other side. He went to the right side of the goal, and he's gone back to the left now.
Jogging around the 18 from the near side to the far side to the near side.
Didn't know it really mattered. Yeah. Now we're having pointing and gesticulations towards Jaden Hibbert. Armas might get to take a penalty eventually. Now he does. He's had to stand there for a while. That's not good. He approaches. He shoots. He scores. He can't be iced, and he has some things to say to Huntsville City fans and somebody in a crazy mascot outfit. Javier Armas scores for Atlanta.
He was yelling at the Rocket, too.
I don't know what the mascot is, but Javier Armas had a few things to say to the mascot.
Isn't that like the astronaut Moon Man dude?
Well, Javier Armas is not a fan. Real Gill comes up to take this. Possibly should have been sent off. Would love to hear what he said that got Armas and Tablante going insane in front of the referee.
Marshall the Cosmic Goat.
Yeah, Javier Armas does not like a cosmic goat. That's about how this night has been.
Yes. Okay, I guess so. You know what?
Hibbert on the line. Gill drifts to the left. Stutters. Shoots. Scores. 1-1.
The Cosmic Goat is very happy.
Cosmic Goat's not a fan of Javier Armas.
Inspired by the Capricorn constellation.
Okay.
Primary kit celebrates Huntsville's history and the legacy the city has in the region.
Okay.
Capricornus Cosmicus. He even gave him a Latin-like name.
Big Sal up next for Atlanta.
Big Sal.
Scored the equalizer for Atlanta United 2. A great volley. Goes to the penalty spot with attempt number 2.
As
for
Maddie
Twos.
looks skyward.
Trying to find the
don't
Cosmic
like that.
Goat.
Oh, jeez.
Cosmic Goat might have hid on Sal Massafero's attempt.
Watch it pop out.
Few steps to the right. Massafero approaches and scores.
Oh, wow.
Into the roof. The Cosmic Goat tried to hide. Didn't work.
He was aiming it toward Capricorn, the constellation.
He was very scared of.
Big Sal.
Big Sal.
You have to wait till I say it, John.
I set it up for you.
I know. I said it. He tried to jump the gun. It's 2-1 Atlanta.
Chaos. Now, this is SDH After Dark,
It
and that's
absolutely is.
A mysterious creature that borders on the mythical.
Well, yes, it would be bordering on the mythical because it's a mascot.
And it's also based in the constellation of Capricorn, which is in the sky.
And it's a
checked.
Cosmic Goat.
Yes.
O'Brien's shooting for Huntsville. He takes a couple steps to the left. Hibbert dives the wrong way. Hibbert was really sure that was going to the opposite side. O'Brien goes over to give Lauta some props. Huntsville needs a save. It's 2-2. Third attempt upcoming for Atlanta. I don't know what signal the Cosmic Goat was making towards O'Brien there.
It's a hooey.
But you don't hooey your own player.
That's what I thought
What's
too. I
a
was
hooey?
confused.
What were you hooeying?
It's like a hex.
It's like a hex.
Oh, he's giving
Yeah.
them the Phenoics, the evil eye. Okay.
So Rodrigo Neri has to deal with a hooey and a hex and a Cosmic Goat, and he's got to make this penalty. Cosmic Goat has turned his back to Neri. Now he did a hooey. Neri, short run up, goal.
Book it.
Hooey's, hexes, it doesn't matter if you're Rodrigo Neri. 3-2.
Hooey to your hooey.
Cosmic Goat was hiding again.
Yeah, he did the hooey, though. He did a little short turn hooey.
But I'm confused.
Danhausen
Why would
would
you
have been
hide
proud.
like for when the other team is? Wouldn't you hide? I'm confused.
I think
don't get it.
Javier Armas got in the Goat's head.
I think so too.
So now we have Zach Barrett. 3-2 Atlanta through 3 rounds. Barrett will take this with the right foot. Hibbert dives to the right, nearly kept that one out. Might have gotten fingers to it. Barrett puts it over the top of him, 3-3.
Maddie, you can get the Marshall woven scarf, pin, koozie, fan chain, lanyard, or pennant.
What?
With your boy Marshall. You can get your goat gear, as they say.
Oh my God.
Goat gear.
Goat gear.
Moises Tablante is going to not get any goat gear. We have the goat giving the thumbs down to Moises Tablante. He's got to deal with the very intimidating Cosmic Goat behind the goal. Tablante with the left foot. Goat staring down Tablante. It's in. Lauta dove to the left, got a hand to it, and it went back across into the other side. The hooey failed. It's 4-3.
Well, I think what the spin that Moises puts on it with the left goes off of like the outer two fingers of the right hand, and the spin goes the other way, and it carries it over the goal line.
The Goat was confused. It is a penalty, and I don't know why the referee's getting upset with Jaden Hibbert. He doesn't have to get the ball for anybody.
Yeah.
Bowen's going to go
Please,
here.
sir, return to your line. I will get the ball.
Hibbert's got it under control. He's
Just
just
get the
staring.
Get the Cosmic Goat to do it. It's
The
fine.
Cosmic Goat can do it. Bowen's got to make this or Atlanta wins. Hibbert waiting, diving, wrong way. 4-4. Atlanta can win with kick number 5. The Cosmic Goat's dancing.
Dancing on the Stars?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Somebody wants to know what the hooey is.
It's just
It's
a
a
hex.
hex.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
like-
hex.
it's
I've never
hex.
heard it called a hooey, but I'm just rolling with it.
Yeah,
at
no,
this point.
I called it the Phenoics,
No,
the evil eye.
It's a hex.
All
My
right.
grandma taught. Like my grandma,
Oh,
like
like
did
like
it,
Danhausen,
during
the wrestler,
Georgia
gives
games.
you.
Georgia games is when my grandma did it.
Nick Sessick with an opportunity to win. 4-4. Round 5 for Atlanta. Sessick into the corner. Atlanta wins the shootout. The Cosmic Goat is sad. Atlanta's taking 2 points back home.
So the hooey's full of hooey.
Yes. Nick Sessick gets hugs from Chong Kui and others. Sessick put it into the upper corner.
Oh,
Threw Lauta's hands.
Yeah, it was high enough. No chance for Lauta to get to it. And Atlanta United 2 were down 2-0 in the first half. They come all the way back. They get 1 point for making it 2-2. And then they win the shootout. Perfect 5 for 5 in the shootout for Atlanta United 2 tonight.
It is not a perfect shootout at Fort Finley.
They've missed everything.
They have. They missed. So let's see. We're in the 10th. Bottom of the 10th. Each team has missed 3 times.
Jeez.
wow.
First off, they've went through 10 rounds. Second, each team's missed 3.
Yep.
Not good in the penalties, Philadelphia and Chattanooga.
Well, and it was an opportunity for both teams to win in the 9th, and they both missed.
Good grief.
It was tied at 3-3 after 5. They made frames 6, 7, and 8. They both end up missing frame number 10. And so Benitez Cobo makes it for Union 2 in the top of the 10th. And we are at 7-6 awaiting the Chattanooga kick.
Nick Sessick was named man of the match for winning the shootout.
Probably, yes.
Don't let Steve Cook see that because he's going to be
He will
very upset about
very
that.
mad about that one.
We're still going.
He'll be very
Kohler
mad.
converts. We go to the 11th.
Oh,
I
geez.
think man of the match has to be Sal Mazzaferro.
Yes, Big
Has
Sal.
to be.
Big Sal.
There it is.
Watching Alan Carlton talking to Atlanta United 2 players, getting a big hug from Steve Cook. That's actually very, very cool.
That's awesome.
One of the players that Steve Cook constantly praised in our calls and our
So
conversations.
hand me the
with him.
remote, and we'll go back to the end of Chattanooga and Philadelphia Union 2.
I don't know where it is.
Right there, right
This
hand. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, I guess the watch along will continue for a little bit before we wrap this thing
Find
up.
a winner at Chattanooga.
Atlanta United 2 gets 2 points in the table. So once we have a winner in Chattanooga and Philadelphia, we can give you a more accurate update to the table. But they might not finish. They might run out of light.
Madison, can you give these two teams the appropriate hooey so we can come up with a conclusion?
Sure.
And we've had keeper on keeper frame 11. Both made it. We go to the 12th.
We're going to 12. It's 8-8 through 11 rounds.
Jakupovic and Rick both converted. We're still going.
We're back to the first penalty takers.
Pariano and Robertson.
They made one.
And Eldon Jakupovic seems to be less than pleased.
Well, he's old and cranky. It's past his bedtime. Philadelphia's uniforms are hideous.
Those are those
They
the
do
Sons
look
of
very
Benz.
Weird.
No, they're different
The
because
lightning
they've got
bolt
the
one?
yellow back. The Sons of Benz did not have the yellow back. What happened, Philadelphia? What are you doing? Chattanooga has to make this. I think the graphics wrong, so it's Chattanooga on top, even though they kicked second. Graphics have not been strong tonight in MLS Next Pro. Sorry, graphics.
9-8 heading to the bottom of the 12th.
Yes, we're yes. Saved. Game over. Chattanooga loses it. The hooey was us turning the game on.
I think so.
Philadelphia.
Oh, look at the Union players.
They're yelling at El Conductor and his friends.
They are fist pumping and
Oh my God.
They probably got tired
They're
of hearing
goading.
the Key Lime Pie song.
they goaded the fans after their win and gaining the extra point.
For a brief second, became a Philadelphia Union 2 fan.
Pariano, Korzanowski make the first round. LaFleur and Uzcategui miss. Soria, Zarate, Seketa, Bernstein, Davis make. Wetzel misses. Benitez, Cobo, Rick, and Pariano, once we got back to the top of the order, made it. Robertson made. Kwok and Mendonça miss. Plowmond, Watson, Mangarov, Brown, and Sarsar make. Anselin missed. Kohler and Jakupovic make. And then Robertson misses. And that's where we are. 3, 6, 9, 12 frames. And we're done.
Philadelphia wins the shootout. I'm going to see if they updated the table with that. I'm going to assume that they have. So Chattanooga, who was in first in the East, they still are. Huntsville second, but neither one gets maximum points tonight. Neither one even gets 2 points. Chattanooga on 18, Huntsville on 14, Red Bulls and New England on 13, Orlando and Philadelphia on 11. Then you get to tie for 7th and 8th. It's Toronto and Atlanta. Chicago, New York City, both on 9 points. Carolina Core on 8. Miami and Crown Legacy and Cincinnati on 7. And Columbus, who has been one of the top teams in MLS Next Pro history, in last in the East on 5 points.
That to me is the early shocker of the season, that they have just been at the bottom of the table and it hasn't even been close.
They haven't reloaded because so many players have moved up to the first team level. So we started all of this nonsense at 1:30 this afternoon for the pregame show that Maddie was on with Abe Gordon, who is probably asleep.
Yeah. Plotting his next run.
Yep. And in 2:55, we had kickoff for the first team. Not a fun match. Atlanta United and Nashville tied 1-1. Nashville outshot Atlanta in the final 60 minutes 9-1 and had 73% of the possession in the last 60 minutes of the match. Then the unified match, which finished scoreless. Atlanta played pretty well. I think Atlanta was the better team in the unified match.
I think so.
I agree.
Then drove like maniacs to get to Office HD and ordered pizza that we ate at halftime, and we're going to eat some more when this thing's done.
Yep.
And
you're taking it home with you, too.
Yes. And then Atlanta United 2 made the night worth it. It was 2-0 Huntsville, and it was really looking bleak. And then Gabriel Wiese and Big Sal tied it up. And then Atlanta won the shootout. A perfect 5-for-5. Nick Sessick wins player of the game for a penalty conversion in a shootout. Steve Cook probably threw something across the room when he was told of this. And Atlanta gets 2 points. Final thoughts. Jon Nelson.
Absolutely crazy. Just the fact that we had a goalless draw, we had a 1-1 draw, and a 2-2 draw before we end up with a resolution in an aspect of MLS Next Pro that is universally adored as much as it is.
Some people like it. I've grown to dislike it.
Yeah.
I've probably been convinced by Coach Cook.
Yeah.
And not a fan. This wasn't, well, no, I actually take it back. It probably was crazy in a different way to last year what we did, Maddie, where we did the first team game in Nashville and ended the unified game, and then drove like maniacs to Huntsville.
Yes.
And
Yeah, we
did
did.
that game.
Yep.
Yes.
So crazy in a different way, but the second time we've done the trifecta of Atlanta and Nashville across first team, second team, and unified. How does it compare?
Oh, wow. I don't know why, but I feel like for this one, I'm more tired for this one than I was for the one that we traveled.
You didn't have to drive to Huntsville. You drove that.
Yeah, I did. No, it's I don't know. I said at the very beginning, we keep it going, make it a day of the draws, and it in fact was the day of the draws. But I think this one was a cool comeback in the sense that it happened.
Corman's sequel,
the
The Day of the
fight.
Draws.
And the fight that you showed with the twos, and it's something that I really have loved to see from them this season.
Yeah, the Twos have been a very fun team to watch this season. I've been really impressed with what Steve Cook and the coaching staff have done with this team. A good bit of academy guys have featured, but they've had to deal with all the stuff that the Twos generally have to deal with guys getting called up, guys being sent down, kind of on a short-term sort of thing, a last-minute sort of thing. Jaden Hibbert's barely trained with the Twos. He's been training with the first team almost exclusively. You get Efrain Morales in this one. You get Cayman Togashi, like on and off. And they've been able to make it work. You've gotten really good contributions from guys like Braden Dunham and Gabriel Wiese, who have stepped up out of the academy. The Twos back in action next on May 18th against Crown Legacy. So that will be the day after the match against Philadelphia at home. That's a Sunday night match. You'll be able to go watch that at Fifth Third Stadium. And please go support the Twos. This is a really fun team to watch that fights until the final whistle. If you can't make it out, you can watch on MLSNextPro.com, or you can listen to us on the SDH network. You can listen on Mixler. Maybe we do more watch along kinds of things with the twos. Maybe you get a booth cam throughout the whole game. Things are crazy. It's Atlanta United 2 soccer. Feel the fever, and there you go. That's going to do it for us on the SDH network after a long, long day of Atlanta and Nashville affiliated teams. 3 draws.
Yes.
It's what everybody asks for.
Yes.
Adios, everybody.